So Democrats have outmaneuvered already Donald Trump and MAGA on key issues. And now even Trump supporters are saying things like, I can't believe that I'm actually supporting what Bernie Sanders is saying. So I did a video on this yesterday, and I talked about how Democrats have a new plan to deal with Donald Trump. And I thought it was a smart one. Set some traps. The traps are Donald Trump made a number of promises to people, to his base, on the campaign trail, and he got people like union workers and people in service sector jobs with plans like no tax on tips or capping interest rates on credit cards and other things. Trump got people who traditionally vote for Democrats and Democratic issues to vote for him by lying to them. So Senator Bernie Sanders and Democrats in the House of Representatives like Tom Suozzi and others were like, okay, let's come up with a plan. And the plan is, let's come out and say, here's what our plan is. And this is what Donald Trump promised. Seems like we have some agreement here. So if we're agreeing, what is there to fight about? Everyone wants bipartisanship. Okay, so let's introduce some legislation right now. We'll use word for word verbatim the types of things that Donald Trump said in his campaign and campaigns past. And we'll say, we want these things. You know, we want to empower American workers. We're okay with no tax on tips. Heck, we want to cap interest rates on credit cards at 10% and penalties at $8. I mean, look, it's Trump appointed judges, MAGA Republican judges, GOP judges who have shut down President Biden's efforts to deliver a lot of benefits to workers and students and service sector people and to further bolster the National Labor Relations Board. Hey, by the way, Donald Trump said that he was against automation at the docks. And now Elon Musk is saying that automation is needed. And the reason that American docks are so inefficient is because the unions in their deals have worked out anti-automation provisions and clauses. And so, okay, let's help the union workers, Donald. Isn't this what you promised them? And now MAGA, Trump, GOP, they're kind of stuck. Like, what they going to do now? So, you know, one of the issues where Donald Trump has clearly lied to his base, and right now Senator Bernie Sanders is making that so crystal clear. I think it's a brilliant move. If you go back, I don't play Trump audio and video on my MeidasTouch YouTube videos anymore. So I'm not going to play it for you, but I think by now I've built enough trust with you, the viewer, that you know I'm just going to say what's in the video. I don't want to play what Donald Trump says, but there are videos from Trump in 2016 and 2020 where he says that he's against H1B visa programs. And in 2020, he said he was rolling out a plan that summer that would actually stop the H1B visa program because he said it was predatory and harmful to American workers, and that he was going to come up with a plan to make sure that American workers got those jobs that H1B visa workers were getting. Of course, Donald Trump's a big liar. He has concepts of plans or plans that are made up or make believe, or let's call them what they are, lies, and that never happened. So take a look at what Bernie Sanders is doing. He's creating this wedge using old Trump language with what Trump and Elon Musk are saying now. Brilliant move. Bernie Sanders says the following: Elon Musk is wrong about H1B visas. Remember, Elon Musk says that Americans are essentially innately not as smart as Indians. And that, and Vivek Ramaswamy says that again, these are the Trump's like key people. Vivek Ramaswamy's out there saying American culture values mediocrity. People would be too busy in the 90s, white Americans, too busy watching Boy Meets World, and they're not really equipped culturally to work as hard as people from India who we need to bring here on H1B visas. That's essentially what Vivek said. Could you imagine if a Democrat made any statements like that? Can you imagine if President Biden or Vice President Kamala, we'd hear about it every second on front page of this newspaper, that newspaper, round the clock coverage. Oh, what a horrific thing to say about American workers. Oh, but Donald Trump's people have said it, and Trump supports this. Trump has come out and said, I support what Elon and Vivek have said, which contradicts what Trump has previously said. So You got Bernie Sanders saying Elon Musk is wrong. The main function of the H-1B visa program is not to hire the best and brightest, but rather to replace good-paying American jobs with low-wage indentured servants from abroad. The cheaper the labor they hire, the more money the billionaires make. Say what you want to say about Bernie Sanders. This is brilliant 2025 messaging right here. It is. It is. Because American workers feel neglected. American workers feel left out. American workers say, where's my health care? Where's my housing? Where's my education? Why are these prices higher? The answers are billionaires. Billionaires, 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 billionaires. Repeat it. Billionaires, billionaires. Oligarchs, oligarchs. Trump and MAGA and corporate media were able to convince these people, well, oh no, it's the transgender volleyball player from San Jose State. Or, oh, it is the migrants who are eating your dogs and cats and they're the ones doing it. Nope, it's the billionaires. It's price gouging from the billionaires. It's billionaires taking up all of the supply of housing through their private equity company and hoarding the housing from we, the people, and driving up the prices by taking out the supply of housing. It's the billionaires. They're eating your lunch. That's what's going on. And Bernie Sanders gets it. The cheaper the labor they hire, the more money billionaires make. Here's the message that Bernie Sanders is putting out. I think it's a smart one. News. We need major reforms in the H-1B program. There has been a lot of discussion lately about the H-1B guest worker program. Elon Musk and a number of other billionaire tech company owners have argued that this federal program is vital to our economy because of the scarcity of highly skilled American engineers and other tech workers. I disagree. The main function of the H-1B visa program and other guest worker initiatives is not to hire, quote, the best and brightest, but rather to replace good-paying American jobs with low-wage indentured servants from abroad. The cheaper the labor they hire, the more money the billionaires make. In 2022 and 2023, the top 30 corporations using the program laid off at least 85,000 American workers while they hired over 34,000 new H-1B guest workers. There are estimates that as many as 33% of all new information technology jobs in America are being filled by guest workers. Further, according to Census Bureau data, there are millions of Americans with advanced degrees in science, technology, engineering, and math who are not currently employed in those professions. If there is really a shortage of skilled tech workers in America, why did Tesla lay off over 7,500 American workers this year, including many software developers and engineers at its factory in Austin, Texas, while being approved to employ thousands of H-1B guest workers? Moreover, if these jobs are only going to the best and brightest, why has Tesla employed H-1B guest workers as associate accountants for as little as $58,000, associate mechanical engineers for as little as $70,000 a year, and associate material planners for as little as $80,000 a year? Those don't sound like highly specialized jobs that are for the top 0.1%, as Musk claimed this week. If this program is really supposed to be about importing workers with highly advanced degrees in science and technology, why are H-1B guest workers being employed as dog trainers, massage therapists, cooks, and English teachers? Can we really not find English teachers in America? Let's be clear. To the extent that there may be labor shortages in our country in some highly specialized areas that need to be filled by employees from abroad through H-1B programs, we must utilize this program as a very short-term and temporary approach. In the long term, if the United States is going to be able to compete in a global economy, we must make sure that we have the best educated workforce in the world, here in the United States of America. And one way to help that happen and make that happen is to substantially increase the guest worker fees large corporations pay to fund scholarships, apprenticeships, and job training opportunities for American workers. This is something that I have advocated for since my first days as a U.S. Senator. Further, we must also significantly raise the minimum wage for guest workers, allow them to easily switch jobs, and make sure the corporations are required to aggressively recruit American workers first before they can hire workers from overseas. The widespread corporate abuse of H1B program must be ended. Bottom line, it should never be cheaper for a corporation to hire a guest worker from overseas than an American worker. Mr. Musk, Mr. Ramaswamy, and others have argued that we need highly skilled and well-educated workforce. They are right, but the answer, however, is not bring in cheap labor from abroad. The answer is to hire qualified American workers first and to make certain that we have an education system that produces the kind of workforce that our country needs for the jobs of the future. And that's not just engineering. We are in desperate need of more doctors, nurses, dentists, teachers, electricians, plumbers, and a host of other professions. 30 years ago, the economic elite and political establishment in both major parties told us not to worry about the loss of blue-collar manufacturing jobs that would come as a result of the disastrous, unfettered free trade agreements like NAFTA and the permanent normal trade relations with China, PNTR. They promised that those lost jobs would be more than offset by the many good-paying, white-collar information technology jobs that would be created in the United States. Well, that turned out to be a big lie. Not only have corporations exported millions of blue-collar manufacturing jobs to China, Mexico, and other low-wage countries, they are now importing hundreds of thousands of low-paid guest workers from abroad to fill white-collar technology jobs that are available. At a time of massive income and wealth inequality, when the richest people in America now own more wealth than the bottom half of our country, and when the CEOs of major corporations make almost 300 million times more than their average workers, we need fundamental changes in our economic policies. We need an economy that works for all, not just the few. And one important way forward in that direction is to bring major reform to the H1B programs. Now, you have all these MAGA people like this person. Damn it, I'm agreeing with Bernie. Oh my God, it's Bernie with the steel chair. Elon lost. Bernie's one of the good ones. Here I am agreeing with Bernie. What's happening? Elon Musk slams American workers as lazy. Thank you for standing up for America, Senator. Ha ha ha. We're on the same side as Bernie, and Bernie's on the same side as us. It's only day 2 of 2025. Bernie, Trump, Elon, access warping the space-time continuum. Bernie is more American first than Elon and Trump now. Let that sink in. I agree with Bernie, and I've lived long enough to agree with Bernie Sanders. That's what MAGA's saying, folks. And here's the thing. Democrats have always been on the side of workers. Democrats have. But as I've been saying, KISS, keep it simple, stupid, and ABC. Always be campaigning. KISS, ABC. Keep it simple, stupid, always be campaigning, okay? Donald Trump would show up at different union groups and at fire departments, and Trump would show up with cold pizza, while taking away essentially people's lunch by supporting policies that harm the wages, harm unions, dismantle the National Labor Relations Board. But Trump would show up with the cold pizza and he would do these stunts. But the message that it sent, because symbolism is important, at least to others who watch it, is, wow, he's hanging out with them, which he wasn't. It was a PR stunt. But the message was, oh, he's helping us. He's one of us. You think Donald Trump, the guy who literally has a golden toilet bowl and golden walls and brags about Mar-a-Lago, about giving tax cuts to the billionaires, you think he's one of you? Look at the people at Mar-a-Lago. You think he's inviting firefighters and union workers, rank and file people to the Mar-a-Lago billionaire parties? No, it's weird as F in those Mar-a-Lago, some weird stuff going on. You think that that's your party? But Democrats, KISS ABC, keep it simple, stupid, always be campaigning. Go to these places right now. Bernie's words are great, but I mean, outside of me reading those words, are you hearing that in many other places and many other fora? I know Bernie Sanders is out there speaking to shows, but like, it's not just Bernie. Democrats, get out there. KISS, ABC, right now, do it. And go around, show you care, because your policies are actually aligned with the workers. And don't be Republican light. Dems be Dems. That's my other acronym. I have 3 acronyms for today. KISS, keep it simple, stupid, always be campaigning, and DBD, Democrats be Democrats. Stop trying to be like Republican light. Be Democrats. Be proud of it. If they want to call it Green New Deal and socialism and all of these things, let them. Just stand by your principles and your policies. They want to whine, let them whine. You go on the offense with your policies. KISS, ABC, DBD. Out. See you later. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 4 million.
Love this video? Make sure you stay up to date on the latest breaking news and all things Midas by signing up to the MeidasTouch newsletter at MeidasTouch.com/newsletter.